All right, YouTube. So let's talk about the three types of people that will enter your life. And this is extremely important, not just for business, but for your personal life, your friendships, for networking. And when I learned this, it changed the way I look at people and relationships. And the hardest part, especially in business, because if you want to do anything in business, we're all essentially in the people business. Unless you're a robot, which nobody here is, I don't think. Hiring, recruiting, closing a deal, getting a job interview, getting a job offer, buying a company, selling a company, everything has to go through people, at least as of now. And even with AI, I still think that humans will still preside over that, where relationships will be king. And so the first thing, just before I break down the three types of people, is it's important to take nothing personal. There's a really good book that I recommend for everyone. It's called The Four Agreements. And that's one of the rules, is take nothing personal. And a couple of things that have helped me realize that is not every single person is meant to be your ride or die. And you're also, no matter how cool or amazing you may be, not everyone is supposed to be a perfect match for you. Whether that's your coworkers, your boss, boyfriend, girlfriend, a new hire. And that doesn't mean that they're not supposed to be in your life for a certain purpose or a certain amount of time. That also doesn't mean that just because y'all don't vibe well or y'all don't match, that you have to suddenly have beef with them or expect them to suddenly, really care about your goals and your dreams, because they're not designed to do that. They have their own problems. And so just because someone doesn't like you or that y'all aren't a match, you can still want the best for them or even potentially admire them or see good qualities in them, but not take it personally. And because I don't care how cool you are, not everyone is going to be a good fit. So this kind of will bring some clarity. This is so cool, these three breakdowns. I've talked about it on my podcast before, but I'll tell you in about 10 minutes or less, maybe a little bit longer, and how you can start understanding the types of people. So there's three types of people that come into your life in any given lifetime. One is a confidant, two is a constituent, and three is a comrade. And where we experience stress or sadness is when we have an expectation that they're one of the other three, and we think that they're a confidant, but they're actually a constituent or comrade. And so knowing what this person is in your life and what you are to them will help you not only not take things personally, but understand who you're dealing with. All right, so let's talk about the first one. A constituent is not someone that is for you. It is not against what you are against, but is actually for what you are for. So I'll give you an example. If you're a politician and you're a Republican, someone that is also a Republican colleague that is both against or for the same general consensus of policies is going to work with you to help you get elected. But don't be surprised when they were the whole time trying to get themselves some power. They were never for you. They were for themselves. Same sense. They may help you on a couple things because y'all are for the same messaging, but don't be surprised when they screw you over and go work with someone else or turn on you the second something bad happens, because they were never for you. They were for what you were for. If you have a friend and y'all both are single and y'all want to meet a great girl, you want to meet a great guy, don't be surprised that when Sally gets a boyfriend or Johnny gets a girlfriend named Sally, that y'all don't talk anymore, that he suddenly disappears off of the face of earth because y'all only bonded over y'all's desire to want a relationship. The second the relationship comes into play, they're gone. And constituents are often mistaken for confidants, which I'll break down in a second. And we assume because y'all like some of the same things, y'all have something in common, that they're for you, but they're not. These are seasonal people. And don't stress over them leaving, because the best example is when you build a building, there's scaffolding that goes along the outside. And when the scaffolding is removed, the building still stands. So people are sometimes meant to help build with us for a season and then go to the next thing. And that's okay for them, and that's okay for you. And when people walk out of your life, you should open the door, be kind, be gracious, and carry on. Okay? The next is a comrade. Comrades are not people that are for you. They are not for what you are for, but they are against what you are against. Sometimes a comrade can also later be an enemy of some sorts or an adversary to where y'all don't have anything in common, but you'll oddly form an alliance because you're against the same thing. The best example of this is in World War II when Russia sided with the United States, Britain, France, and all that different stuff to fight against Nazi Germany because Hitler decided to invade into Russia, which is always a fatal mistake. They took out Napoleon. It's just never been a good decision to invade Russia, especially in the winter. And so Hitler decided to invade Russia, which catapulted Russia into the war. Suddenly, the Russians, the Americans, and essentially, multiple other countries in Europe basically formed an alliance, those three, and they went after Nazi Germany. So you see what happens. As soon as the war ended, the Americans couldn't be surprised that now Russia and them weren't best friends. They almost became arch enemies, and it started the Cold War with this massive competition and this arms race, which almost catapulted us into a nuclear war in many cases. And so Russia was never for America. And they were never for what we were for. They were a communist country at the time, and we were a capitalist country. Two polar opposite ideals, cultures, everything. But we formed an alliance because we had the same enemy, Nazi Germany at the time. So you'll see this in temporary people. And usually don't look at them as a friend, but it's an interesting alliance that occurs. And keep them at arm's length. Don't expect any more from them, and don't take anything else personal because they are not for you. They're against what you are against. The third and most sacred is a confidant. Confidants are people that are not for what you are for. They're not necessarily against what you are against. They are for you. I don't know what it is, but some people are just going to like you. They're going to love you, and they're going to support you. They can see all your faults, won't matter. They just see something about you that's just different. They always want to support you. And if you have more than the amount of fingers on your hand, then you are as blessed as they come. Sometimes this is your mom, this is your brother, your best friend, someone that you work with, a business partner. These people will do anything for you. And where we experience stress and sadness is, like I said, when a constituent we confuse for a confidant. Confidants will be there for you. That doesn't mean they agree with you. That doesn't mean that they like everything that you like or dislike anything or everything that you like, but they're for you. So a best way to do this moving forward to understand who you're dealing with is just simply connect the dots backwards. Look at the last 5 to 10 people that you've spent the most amount of time and energy and thought on over the last 1 to 3 years. And I want you to just maybe you can write it down or put in your notes or just think about it. I want you to think about what type of person was each one of these individuals that came into your life. And also, what were you to them? Because let's reverse it, because we're always thinking about in our own world and our own thoughts. But I'm a very kind person, but I'm not everybody's confidant. I'm not everyone's ride or die. I'm not everybody's constituent comrade, and you aren't either. So these people, it doesn't make them a good or bad person because of what they are. It's just they're there in your life for a unique purpose, and you're also in their life for a unique purpose. And when you don't take that personal and you can assess it from a logical standpoint, not only are you able to better read people and not go into situations and relationships and friendships with emotion and entitlement, but you see things for what they are and nothing more. So hope you guys enjoyed this. This is, I think, the 6th video, so we got one more going. If you guys are enjoying this, comment below what you like, your thoughts, what type of videos you'd like to have. Also, if you enjoy this long form content, make sure to subscribe, like, and check out my podcast, the Grant Mitt Podcast, which is available on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Have an amazing night. Talk to you guys soon.